This past week's VR news from August 25th to August 31st has actually been very interesting. Starting first up, we have Dungeons of Eternity. It gets a major update with its Steam release next month. I own this game. I haven't really played it because not a lot of my friends buy games in VR, so it's kind of been hard to play this co-op game with people. But apparently it's like adding a bunch of new things. And both versions are going to have content parity. So if you get the Steam version, all the updates are going to come there, and all the updates are also coming to the Quest version. So you can choose whichever platform you want. Then we have Birdseed VR being announced, which is a bird-watching photography simulator. I liked Pokemon Snap, and this seems like a little bit more of a simplistic version of it, so it could be kind of interesting. And your shots are like rated on a 5-star scale. And there's online multiplayer with friends. You can keep track of your progress in a journal. It looks pretty neat. Like, it's just, if that's your kind of thing, it looks like a pretty good, adaptation of it. And then we have the Quest's Horizon Plus monthly games for September being announced as Hubris and MLB Home Run Derby. Now, I haven't played MLB Home Run Derby, but I have played Hubris, and I actually liked it. I thought it was a very fun, high-quality game. So, I would recommend giving that one a check out. Then, in some big news, we have... Okay, so there's a Meta Connect coming up pretty soon for 2025, and that's going to be September 18th, I'm pretty sure. And it was basically kind of leaked, not leaked, but kind of revealed that a smart glasses SDK of some kind is coming. And this is no surprise. I mean, we've known that smart glasses, some iteration of it, were going to come out very soon for a long time. But this is going to be very interesting. So it sounds like we're going to get a full reveal, hopefully. But in some interesting news, perhaps bad, depending on how you look at it, Meta doesn't expect to sell a lot of these units. These are HUD glasses, so they're going to have a full-up, heads-up display. But it sounds like they're only expecting to sell around 150,000 to 200,000 units over the 2 years the product will be on the market. Now, that's nothing. That is not a lot of units. Well, and the reason for this, apparently, is because, it's going to weigh more than the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. It's going to cost from $800. It's going to have ergonomic issues, I guess, with the wristband, which is going to have some neural capabilities, allowing you to control things a lot easier than with controllers. And, it seems like it's not going to be a mainstream product at all, like even less so than the Quest Pro was, which is kind of crazy to think about. In some very interesting news, if you follow AI at all, Horizon Worlds added a AI generation islands feature. Now, when this first got announced like a month or so ago, I believe, I found it to be very interesting, and what they showed looked really capable. However, they kind of did a little bait and a switch, because this is just island generation, and that might seem fine, but it's very limited. So it's got very specific little features, like not features, but settings you can choose from. So you can choose like environments, terrain shapes, building themes, but it doesn't really, because you'd expect it to be basically like you just prompt it. But it's good to have the specifics, but it's very limited. I'll just tell you that it's very limited. NPCs will be added soon. Now I think that was, I thought this was going to be bigger than it was, but hopefully this will be very cool, because AI-generated NPCs could be a bit of a game changer for Horizon World. So we'll see how that goes. And then a game that came out a little while ago is Into Black. Now, this is a game, when it was first announced, I thought it looked amazing. I haven't picked it up yet for some reason, but it just came out to PSVR 2 and Steam. So if anyone in the comments has played this game, just comment and let me know what you think, because I'm like one good review, one person telling me, hey, this game's really good, get it, to just buying it. So just, you gotta let me know. And then we had No Man's Sky, which is a game I can't believe we're talking about like 10 years later, is getting it got a big update, if you've seen like in the last week. It's like Voyagers, I believe. It adds like some kind of vehicles, like you can go inside the vehicles. I don't really keep up with a lot of No Man's Sky, but apparently it's just a massive update. And what's really interesting for the VR scape of this is apparently it's the first PSVR 2 game, at least that we know about, to confirm support for PSSR, which is something that's only capable on PS5 Pro. If you remember, PS5 Pro was up like $50, so now it's $750. But anyways, this apparently leads to ultra high definition and incredible detail. Now the game already looks great, like on PS5, or I don't know, it probably looks a lot better on PS5 Pro, but I wouldn't know. But it's yeah, so if you have a PS5 Pro and a PSVR 2 and No Man's Sky, you gotta check that out apparently, because it's probably like the best looking game on PSVR 2 is my speculation on it. And then in our last bit of news, we have something that has been honestly 5 years overdue, minimum. And that is Meta Horizon OS V81, which overhauls Quest's VR home system. And because apparently, it's gotten a lot of negative feedback for being low resolution, not having anything to do, very basic. So now they have like a new loft, which apparently is supposed to be high quality and with free locomotion, so you don't just like teleport to different spots. I haven't checked this out yet, so I don't want to speak too much on this. This is right now on the public test channel, PTC, which, you kind of have to do a little bit to get access to, so I haven't done that yet. But it replaces every legacy VR home environment with this thing called Immersive Home. So, I'll put up a video of it here so you can check it out, if it looks like something you would be interested in. I'm curious on the visuals because I noticed very much so that Quest homes are low resolution, especially compared to stuff like Vision Pro, even though that's not really a fair comparison. So that's all this week's VR news, pretty much summed up. If there's anything you'd like to see in next week's episode, maybe something I missed this week or some style format, a way to change this series, just let me know. I'm going to respond to like every comment, so just, feel free to say anything.